German Business Incubator Vietnam is a project under the German Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Vietnam with the aim of supporting small and medium-sized enterprises as well as startups of Germany and Vietnam in their first step of learning and joining the market of both sides, as well as promoting specific cooperation. With over 350 square meters of space, 4 separate offices and co-working spaces, the German Business Incubator is a place for small and medium-sized startups and businesses to help them connect, exchange information, and create their own network. Currently, the German Business Incubator is a common house of businesses and organizations such as representative offices of Rheinland-Pfalz State, Leipzig City, O1 Deutschland AG Company, Telia Company, eWork.com, Leckler Company, AIK Agrar Consulting Company, EDUBAO Startup Company.
Greetings from Chang Vietnam on VTC 10 Netviet. In today's show, we'll talk about the support from the German industry and commerce to the Vietnamese startups. And the guest speaker in our program today is Mr. Marco van der, the Chief Representative of the German industry and commerce. Thank you for joining our program today. The first question is, can you share with us about the business incubation plan of the German Chamber of Commerce and Industry here in Vietnam?
As you know, right now we have a very nice and a very good business relationship between Germany and Vietnam. And now on the background that we had the signing ceremony of the free trade agreement, we see a lot more potential to bring German companies to Vietnam. And you have to know that more than 90% of all German companies are small or medium-sized companies. And we also want to give them a floor and also a landing pad to have business with Vietnam, to open a business in Vietnam, and we want to give them a landing pad. Just come and see, come and try to do your business in Vietnam. And here we want to have a fast track, an easy way, especially for small and medium-sized companies.
Since your establishment, how many startups have you supported so far?
Thank you very much. It's a very good question. So we opened this business incubator at the beginning of this year in 2019, and we also were not really certain, is it successful, are the companies are interested or not, but right now we have 14 tenants. We are almost fully booked, and we see a very good and a very nice feedback, especially from small and medium-sized companies.
Nowadays, the number of startups in Vietnam is large, and many investors are willing to invest in those startups. So what is the difference in the German business incubator? Can you share with us about this?
I think it was also for us certain development to learn what is a startup, what is going on in a startup, what are their demands. And I think first of all we also had to learn that a startup, normally they come with an idea, very smart idea, and create the process from the idea become a business. I think that's a challenge. And therefore startups are small companies, very often a one-man or a one-woman show. So they come with ideas, they have limited resources, financial resources, but also human resources. And here we learned that we have to give them not just the landing pad, not just the hardware. We try also to give them more information, networking opportunities, relevant information regarding the business, how to do business, what are the cultural differences between Germany and Vietnam. And this we have also to give them and to offer them to make a German business incubator really attractive. So we are very proud, and I think it's a great opportunity that we could implement this German business incubator in our German center in the Deutsche Haus in Ho Chi Minh City. And I think that brings the unique opportunity for startups, for young startups, to get in contact very fast, directly and very closely to other companies and also to other German companies who are rented office space in Deutsche Haus, and here to find potential business partners, potential financial partners, everything what is necessary to create the process coming from an idea to create a real business.
Founded by a group of young German people, EDUBAO company provides services for Vietnamese and international students who wish to study in Europe. Newly operating in Vietnam, a startup like EDUBAO still faces many difficulties and needs a lot of support.
So one of the biggest challenges is that most of the information is in Vietnamese here in Vietnam. So for German companies to get a lot of information and details how to set up here a company is quite difficult. That's one point. That's why we actually need someone here as a contact person who helps us in detail. A second big challenge, what I would say, is HR, recruitment, because it's quite difficult. The culture here is another way in the communication. And until a German company finds here well-fitting people and employees, this takes some time. And there's always good when you have someone who gives you a lot of advices. And the last point, what I would say, the mindset is here another way than in Germany. And when German companies don't have this culture feeling about Vietnam, it's difficult. And this, I would say, these three parts is the main challenges you're facing here in Vietnam.
The German Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Vietnam has accompanied and witnessed the strong development of Vietnam's economy, as well as Vietnam's efforts to improve the business and investment environment and integrate into the world economy. Currently, both governments are encouraging the development of startup businesses to promote innovation and competition in their economy. The two sides are building a healthy, creative, and financially supportive entrepreneurial ecosystem, providing training and environmental support to help startups and small and medium-sized enterprises in the country gain access to investors and technology.
So we had the help of the AHK Business Incubator where we are right now. So this was actually quite easy. We got directly a contact person and they guided us. So it's the manager here of the incubator, he guided us the whole time. And we could actually exchange with him in detail about any case we had. And then of course we had here some lawyers and talked with them. And they are already here for 10 years. So they give you in detail feedback and you should do it in this way or this way. And they also warn you, but also empower you sometimes. Because sometimes you think, oh, this is a lot of challenges here. Yeah? Do we really make it? And they say, yes, you will make it. Only trust yourself and do it. Yeah? And then the AHK has a big network here. Yeah? So when we ask them, hey, we need HR help, we need marketing help and so on, they help us. Yeah? For free actually. Yeah? This is a super good way.
In your opinion, what are the challenges that the Vietnamese and also the German startups are facing in the current context?
So what I mentioned already is that startup companies are small companies. And to start with a business for foreigners here in Vietnam, this is a procedure, it's an administrative procedure. And sometimes it takes a while, and the demands sometimes are really high, especially for foreigners. And here we have to support the startups and maybe to facilitate a bit the process and what is the right order. So where is the idea, where is the business, and which steps they have to do at first. That can be a challenge, and it's very different from startup to startup. And secondly, we have also general opportunities and also the general challenges what each company has. So to learn what are the rules of a foreign market. So to come as a German to Vietnam, of course you have to learn a lot. Yeah, cultural differences, what is the business culture, the business mentality, where are the opportunities for financing, who is the right business partner, and all this question, this we have, or at least we want to give a certain support.
In your opinion, how should the government support the startup community here in Vietnam to make them more competitive and efficient?
I think Vietnamese startups, very often they come with very smart ideas and they are very fast, especially comparing also with German startups. So this is for sure on a positive side. But then to do the last step to create a business or to set a company based on the idea, this is very often challenging for Vietnamese startups. And so here we try to be a focal point and also a facilitator to bring maybe German and Vietnamese startups together, directly together. I think so startups, they don't like big structures, they don't like governmental tools and so on. What they need are platforms that they can contact directly each other or also get in contact with foreign startups. Maybe creating some platforms, who is a startup, like some exchange platforms, where the startups they can introduce themselves and also who they are looking for, or also vice versa, the other way around. But to implement such internet platforms, I think this would be a very smart idea.
Do you work with the Vietnamese partners in order to better support the two countries' startups?
Yeah, sure. So we are in a close contact with your Ministry of Science and Technology, and also with the Department of Science and Technology, especially in Ho Chi Minh City, exactly to create such cooperation between Vietnamese startups already existing, very often under the umbrella of the DOST, and our German startups, and to create more formats, how they can meet, how they can come in contact, and really very fast and very quick to find out where are the common opportunities. I think this is not applicable just for startups. I think in general, I started also my own assignment to work in Vietnam some years ago, and during the time I learned that we are very familiar in our mindset and also regarding our business mentality. And also we have a common understanding when we talk about how reliable is the business, how to focus, how to bring it on track. So I think here we can really work together. And I also have to come back that we have a relatively large Vietnamese community in Germany. And so Germany has a good standing. And then we can also mention that Germany is the biggest trade partner and the biggest country in Europe. And I think right now is really time to force a bit our Vietnamese European and Vietnamese German business.
So once again, thank you for joining us and for your sharings today.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
And that's all we have for this episode of Shang Vietnam Today. For comment and feedback, don't hesitate to write to us at shangvietnam@netvietttv.net. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.